Alright. Come on. I can't remember when I first noticed the change. It's not that I didn't see it coming. I just didn't want to believe it. I guess that's not much of an excuse, but it's the truth.
You're an evil little fucker.
I guess it didn't look good. But he had to die. It was a necessary means to an end. All I can tell you is that the heavens were falling. And the sound, the sound, it was incredible. It was like the gods were rejoicing for what was done.
Sorry, guys.
Glad you could make it.
Good things come to those who wait. And hello to you too, Martin.
He's a 17-year-old, smart-ass little rich kid. I'm under pressure to let him go because the evidence is circumstantial. So I've charged him. I need you to find him culpable.
Anything else?
Good luck.
That's for the Irish, Mackenzie. Hello, Alex. My name's Sally Rowe. I'm a forensic psychologist. I've been asked to talk with you to find out what happened. Would you like someone present during this interview?
Would you?
Do you mind if I record? Tell me about your friend, Nigel.
Well, he wasn't my friend.
What did you mean when you said his death was a necessary means to an
So
end?
do you think that I did this?
I'm here to listen to you, Alex.
During the 13th century, there were these people known as Cathars. And they insisted that God could only be experienced firsthand, so they banished all the priests and the bishops. Now, this undermined the power of the Vatican, which caused the Pope to lose precious revenues in the region.
You like history, Alex?
In 1209, a Vatican army descended upon Cathar villages, and every man, woman, and child was slaughtered. And when an officer inquired to the Pope how to distinguish between the heretics and the true believers, you know what his response was? Kill them all, God will recognize his own.
And why are you telling me this?
You're a religious woman, Miss Rowe.
Is that important to you?
Well, do you want to know what I believe in?
Would it be a good place to start?
Gestalt.
Gestalt.
An organized whole in which each individual part affects every other, but the whole being more important than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, I'm familiar with first-year psychology theory. Should I be impressed?
That's not what it is. It's how you use it.
And how's that?
Well, you're the psychologist. Nigel's dead. I've been charged with murder. It doesn't really matter what I believe in now, does it?
You're not one for making good first impressions, are you, Alex?
Who's the new guy?
I don't know.
See me, I'd show you your room.
Sorry.
Well, I saw them put an extra bed in your room before.
That's bollocks.
Well, they did.
Sir? Sir? Sir, can I have permission to leave, please?
Where do you need to go, Mr. Font?
To the bathroom?
Can't it wait, boy?
Well, it's hard to say, sir. It's quite urgent business.
Do you mind?
Don't get too comfortable.
What's he like?
Weird. He's got this collection of stuffed animals.
Isn't he a bit old for that?
Real animals you dig.
Cool.
Have you heard anything about him?
Well, it's been hard to get any dirt on him.
I had some guys at dinner saying that he used to be a day boy at St. Edward's.
Really?
Yeah. But apparently he had some kind of family issues.
So they sent him here. Well, that'll fix him.
Josh was pretty crazy. His dad wanted him to be a politician. I mean, Christ, what a pile of shite to put on your only child.
Whoa! For fuck's sake, guys. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Raj was Josh's roommate. And he just kind of hung out with us, never like pushing the limits. Oh, it's just as well, I guess. He was different. Yeah, I'll give him that. I guess that's why I found him interesting at first. And he had this morbid fascination with all things dead.
And what about you, Alex?
I told the police everything. Why don't you ask them?
I'm asking you, Alex.
Do you have any children? Well, you're not bad looking. I think you're running out of time, you know?
No, you're the one running out of time.
I read once that a third of women study psychology to work out their own personal problems. What do you think?
Tell me about Nigel.
Well, Nigel got what he wanted.
And what was that?
Eternity. So you don't get it, do you? You will. You will.
carry on.
Nothing I can't handle. How did you get on?
Well, this case is bullshit, Mackenzie.
What do you mean?
No, you can afford me just a little intelligence.
This kid's guilty, Sally. Trust me on this.
You can't hold him on a hunch.
He's a fucked up, remorseless little psycho.
So, probably make a great merchant banker.
And what about all this religious shit?
None of what I've heard makes him a murderer. You've charged him without any hard evidence. You've dug yourself a hole, now you want me to get you out of it.
Could be good for your career, Sal. Get your name on the door. You could be kicking around with the big boys. There'll be lots of publicity, guarantee it.
I'm out.
How about some Italian then, for old time's sake? Take that as a note.
What do you want to know what I believe in?
Would it be a good place to start?
Gestalt.
Gestalt.
An organised whole in which each individual part affects every other, but the whole being more important than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, I'm familiar with first-year psychology theory. Should I be impressed?
That's not what it is. It's how you use it.
Should I be impressed?
That's not what it is. It's how you use it.
What is that smell? Oh, no, you gotta be kidding. Where did you get that? I asked you a question. Where did you get it? Okay, let's make this nice and clear. Okay, I don't like you very much. In fact, I'm really beginning to dislike you, but if I have to spend time in the same room with you, you can at least show me some common courtesy.
Is there anything else? I must be quite desperate sending you in again.
They don't have a case, do they?
What makes you say that, Alex?
What if they had any evidence? I wouldn't be talking to you, would I? Would I?
How long can you keep me here?
Well, that depends on how soon you're willing to talk to me.
You know nothing. You know absolutely nothing.
That goes for you, too.
This just came in from forensics. Gunshot residue patterns indicate that you were holding the gun when it was discharged. Your clothes were covered in the stuff.
I want to see my father.
I don't think he's going to be able to help you with this.
No, I did not do this. Nigel pulled that fucking trigger.
Get your fucking hands!
You're fucking insane, you...
Get him in the lockup.
Come on! No, you know I did not do this! You know I did not do this! Get off me, please! Get off! Where are you taking me? Will you get off me? Get your fucking hands off me! Where do you think you're taking me? Get off me! Get off!
We're meant to be working together on this. Don't you ever interrupt me when I'm in session with a patient.
Just hold on a minute.
You just assaulted a 17-year-old child.
Yeah,
I could have your job for
I
that.
was trying to protect you.
Don't bullshit me. Did Nigel Colby have gunshot residue on his hands?
Look, Sal, there are some things I
Did
don't
Colby
tend
have
to be
gunshot
wrong,
on
and
his
this is one of
hands?
them. Yes, he did.
So he could have fired that gun.
Look, he was taking the piss. I just wanted to speed things up a little.
What makes you think you have the intelligence to determine whether or not that boy was fucking with me?
Well, as long as he confesses, it doesn't matter, does it?
If Alex confesses my way, it'll stand up in court.
All right. All right.
I need time, so just butt out. Your strong-arm stuff won't cut it with this boy. He's too smart for that.
Sal, you're not going to report this, are you?
Dr. Rowe, I think you'd better come.
Just let me out there. No, come on, just out there. That's all I'm asking. Just let me out. No, no, no. Don't you even think about that.
Fucking get off me! Get off me! Get the fuck!
You stay back.
Fine. He's all yours.
No!
God, let him up. They say you want to talk. Leave us. I'll be fine.
Nigel set me up.
How do you figure that?
You have to believe me, he set the whole thing up to make it look like I did it.
Nigel set it up to make it look like you killed him. I think you can do better than that.
I didn't kill him.
You don't exactly come across as the victim here, Alex.
Feel that? Can you feel that? He's here. He's listening. He's watching.
Who, Alex?
Shh. You're not listening. Listen.
All right.
Have you ever had that feeling that there was someone inside your head listening to your thoughts? I read this article on twinning about how two people can communicate across countries through the mind. Now just imagine if that were true. Your darkest secrets floating out there like radio waves, just waiting to be picked up on. There was something about this guy.
Dominus illuminatio mea. Be seated. Now, it's come to my attention that some boys from...
What?
Do you two have something important to contribute? Campbell? Forbes? Stand up and share with us whatever it is that obviously cannot wait until after this assembly. Campbell, do your tie up properly. Well, Campbell?
Nothing, sir.
Forbes?
Oh, nothing important to say, sir.
Both of you outside my office after assembly. Be seated.
Now, it's come to my attention that some of the boys from Year 12 Drama will be performing the Tennyson play Beckett this term, and they're looking for volunteers for props and stage building.
You calm down. Nobody on the train could have possibly known where we're from. Will you just relax, please?
Inside. I do recognize your academic achievements this year, both of you, but why do you insist on bucking the system? Be seated. Till recently, I've always been able to rely on both of you to set a good example.
Come on.
I beg your pardon?
Well, if that was the case, then I wouldn't be having the freak in my room, would I?
Most of your fellow students have 3 boys to a room. I don't think you're too hard done by, Forbes.
And most of my fellow students have a real home away from this hellhole.
I'm putting your names down to help with this Year 12 play.
Oh, no, I don't have time for this bullshit.
Would you wait outside, Campbell, please? What's all this about?
I told you before, I'm not sharing with anyone.
Nigel Colby is a brilliant young man. You may find his company rewarding.
Like how?
Like how? Because collaboration is an important part of learning. I've put you with a young man whom I believe you will find academically challenging.
This is such bollocks.
Your future is what is at stake here. Don't lose sight of your obligations, Alex. That'll be all. I said that'll be all.
What happened? Did you say anything? Well, did you? No. Your father can be such an asshole sometimes.
Throughout history, men have sacrificed themselves for their fundamental beliefs. It may not be wise to pitch the force of God against mere human desires, but what... Are you all right, Mr. Sims?
I'm fine, sir. I just fell off my chair, sir.
Well, be more careful next time.
Yes, sir.
Some of you are working on Beckett. Who can tell me about its subject, Thomas à Becket? Yes, Mr. Welland.
Thomas Becket was the Lord Archbishop of Canterbury in the early 12th century, sir. In 1170, he was murdered in front of the high altar at his cathedral.
Exactly. He knew that the knights were coming to slay him, but he chose to wait for them under the sight of God. His murder was a sacrilegious act of gross profanity. However, almost immediately after his death, there were whispers of miracles being performed at his grave. Believers from all over the country travelled day and night on foot in order... Yes, Mr. Forbes.
His murder was simply political. Becket got in the way, so the church had him put down.
Trust Mr. Forbes to come up with such an interesting slant on history.
Well, you can't change history. No, if you look at it, you'll see it's exactly like all the other atrocities committed against the people by the church.
Oh, and exactly what atrocities are you referring to?
The Cathars?
The Cathars? They were a bunch of heathens who created their own rules to suit themselves. The church was simply trying to retain order in a very volatile land.
Okay, what about the Knight Templars, then?
I fail to see how this has got anything to do with what we're talking about.
Weren't they the knights that killed Thomas Becket?
This is ludicrous.
So is it? So weren't the Templars known as the Knights of Christ? Weren't they the church's foot soldiers?
What?
So why kill the Archbishop? At least they had the foresight to see the pointlessness of the Holy Crusades. Now, why don't you tell the class how the Knights of Christ turned their back on the Vatican and adopted the Cathars' beliefs?
It's got to stop now.
Free from the church, the Templars took control. They had more fingers in the pie than the Vatican, which is a lot of fingers.
Sit down.
Isn't that why they were hunted down and burnt at the stake?
They had betrayed their original cause.
And whose cause was that?
Get out of my class. Go on, get out! Frightful little man.
What are you trying to prove now, hmm? You managed to upset the Reverend Donaldson?
I thought that might get you up here.
Alex, he's a man of the cloth. You must learn to show him some respect. Don't walk away from me when I'm talking to you. Good God.
He's been busy. And you make me share a room with him?
But he was ducks at St. Edward's Academy last year.
So why bring him here?
Well, his father felt there would be more opportunities from here, away from the distractions of home. We're very fortunate to have him.
Okay, you're fortunate, not me.
Alex, I have worked extremely hard to give you what you need. This boy will have our hospitality.
Dad, please. Please.
Look, his father is a very important member of our society.
Okay, so that's more like it. So he's part of your precious club. And nobody else wanted him, and you're doing the brotherly thing. Okay, well, does my future depend on that?
That's enough.
No, you don't give a fuck about me or this guy. The only thing
That's
that
enough.
you care about is the amount of kudos his father's
I
gonna
said
get.
enough.
No, what? That's fine, but just don't give me the brotherhood bullshit.
This boy will be made welcome.
He's been studying us like we're part of his bug collection.
What does he say about me?
This is weird, guys. Let's just leave it alone.
Hey, listen to this. Alex is an egocentric megalomaniac with delusions of grandeur.
Give me that. Okay, this little shit needs to be taught a lesson.
The guy's a freak, Alex. Let's put the book back before he finds out it's gone.
What do you propose we do, mein Führer?
Could you give it a fucking rest, please?
Sorry. No, I really am. All right, I'm in.
I'm out of here.
You've got to learn to respect
Stop
somebody.
it!
No, he's to learn to
Make the
respect
point, let it
authority.
go! Christ! Alex!
His eyes. There was this terror in his eyes. If I'm guilty, then it's for letting Nigel get too close.
Can I be of any assistance?
Ah, no thanks. It's just the rota button.
Well, I'll leave you to it then.
No, wait. We haven't been properly introduced. I'm Sally Rowe. I inherited a passion for difficult cars from my dad. Sorry, you're Alex's father, aren't you?
I don't think this is the time or the place, Miss Ross, so if you'll excuse me, you can contact me through the school.
Well, I've already spoken with your secretary. I find it remarkable that under the circumstances you can't find the time to speak with me.
What is it that you want, Miss Rowe?
I want to discuss Alex's situation with you and your wife.
Alex's mother died a long time ago.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, Alex's upbringing has been impeccable. My son has one of the highest academic records in the country. Boys of Alex's ability need regimented discipline. We don't allow any distraction which might lead these boys away from their true potential.
And look where he is now.
Why can't you people help Alex instead of trying to convict him of something he didn't do, for the love of Christ? He witnessed the death of his best friend, and now this boy blows his head off in front of him. Hasn't he been through enough?
I am trying to help your son, Dr. Forbes.
I love my son. And I'm going to make very sure that the humiliation you people have subjected him to is made public.
In almost every single case attributed to Gestalt psychology, the psychopath's relationship with parental figures has been troubled. Broken homes, mental and physical abuse, abandonment by or death of a parent, all can be influential factors on the psychopath's makeup.
Peace offering. Your favourite. Expensive. I came to apologise.
I'm actually busy.
I'm sorry. Okay? Look, I know I shouldn't have hit the kid. It was a really fucking stupid thing to do.
Relax, Martin. I'm not going to make a report.
Cheers.
By the way, do you know what those kids were up to the night Josh Campbell was killed?
The train kid.
Yeah, another one of Alex's dead best friends.
The coroner said it was an accident, didn't he? What? It's a little shit telling you.
Do you want to work together on this or not?
Well, how's it related to Nigel's murder?
How? Everything he's been through is related. You know that.
I cannot believe you're falling for his bullshit. He's trying to throw you off the scent, Sal.
Well, I want to talk to the Colbys and work up a profile on Nigel.
Well, that's going to be tricky,
And why is that?
because we can't find them.
Nigel was moved to another room. It was strange. I almost missed him.
With a sudden movement, she bowed his head and joined her lips to his, and he read the meaning of her movements in her frank, uplifted eyes. It was too much for him.
We kept our
Closed his
distance,
eyes, surrendering himself to her body.
but I felt that my thoughts were no longer my own.
World, with the dark pressure of her soft, parting lips. They pressed upon his
The
brain.
further I sank, the stronger he became. It was like he'd taken my soul.
Darker than his feelings, softer and sad.
I started work on the set building for the school play. Or at least it kept my mind off Josh's death.
A nightingale out of season. Marriage. Rose or no rose has killed the golden violet. So I do. Louis of France loved me. And I dreamed that I loved Louis of France. And I loved Henry of England. And Henry of England dreamed that he loved me. But the marriage garland withers even at the putting on. The bright link rusts at the breath of the first after marriage kiss. I could laugh at this poor world myself that it is no better than it. It's my little tune set a jingle. That was not how I ended the first.
I'm really sorry about your friend.
Illogically, preposterously,
Fuck off, Rick.
out of passion,
But you don't have to worry.
without art,
He's at peace now.
like a song of the people. The harvest moon is the ripening of the harvest, and the honeymoon is the gall of love. He dies of his honey.
What? I must swear an incense was around my neck.
Does it please you? Take it.
That girl's really something, isn't she?
Wear it on that hard heart of yours. Would you have it? The last Parthian shaft of a forlorn Cupid on the king's left breast, and all left-handedness of underhandedness.
On this left breast before, so hard at heart.
That was not the way I ended it first. Without passion, without art.
And when I got back, the hand was gone.
Did you tell anyone?
Who was I going to tell?
And why do you think it was Josh's hand?
I don't know, I didn't exactly study it. He was everywhere. Everywhere. All I'm saying is that Nigel could have quite easily taken it.
And how do you feel about Nigel now?
He got what he deserved.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
You don't. You get out of my room.
Have you finished your essay?
Get out.
It looks like you need a hand.
Get out!
You might find these helpful.
How did he know I was struggling with my essay? How did he know my topic? I mean, he had answers to questions I hadn't even thought of yet. But with only an hour left of study time, I knew I didn't have a choice. It was like selling my soul.
Poole, rubbish. Sims, rubbish. Better. Well, this is a step in the right direction, Mr. Linden. Well done. Excellent work, Mr. Forbes. I was beginning to worry about you, lad.
I felt worthless.
Alex, wake up. I've got a night planned.
What are you doing here?
I want to show you something.
I'm not interested.
Don't forget I helped you. Come on. It'll be fun. Come. We're nearly there. You having fun? Oh, come on, Alex, you've come all this way. Say something. Fine.
Is this your house? Where are your parents?
They're probably away. I travel a lot. Hey, Luther. Hey.
Is it yours?
He's next door's. He's beautiful, isn't he? He doesn't like you. I've never brought anybody here before. You're the first. Okay? The first.
I'm getting out of here.
Wait. Come here, I want to show you something. It's just through here. Come on.
Oh my God.
You like it? If you're the expert, tell me the history of the flag.
What do you mean, Captain Hook and Long John Silver?
You know so little about the things that are closest to you.
Is that supposed to be a riddle?
No. It's about you. Your future. Do you know who my father is? He's Grand Master of your father's order.
Yeah. And so what?
Yeah. It's nothing more than puerile male bonding now. But it was once something, I mean, really something. These were great men. Men who kings knelt before. They lost their way. It's up to us to take on that mantle. Alex, we've been chosen.
What have we been chosen for, Nigel?
This.
What?
Do you know when playing cards first appeared? The 12th century. And that was the start of the real Brotherhood. I mean, imagine what it must have been like. The loss of the Holy Land, the Templars abandoning the church, the death of Becket. And out of it comes this simple, logical game. I mean, it's just a game, but it's a game born of injustice, hardship, suffering, death. Now that is truly an age to revere.
Fact.
You can't deny the truths that this card is seen, and the truths, we can show it again.
So why am I here, Nigel?
Look up Jack.
Sorry.
Look up Jack. Says knave, doesn't it? Do you know what a knave is?
Yes.
Unprincipled man. Rogue. That's what you are, Alex. Do you know what this is?
It's a spade.
A spade represents the tip of a pike. Do you know what a pike is?
It's a kind of spear.
An implement for killing. That's what I am. This is our time, Jack. We've been brought together for a reason. And it's written here. For eternity.
Thank you, gentlemen. That's all for today. Tales of Mystery and Imagination by Edgar Allan Poe. I want it read for next week. Thank you. Mr. Poole, I want better work from you as well.
So can I ask you a question?
Certainly. Whether or not I can answer it is another question.
Do you think it's possible to get inside people's minds? I just need to know whether you think objectively that's possible.
Objectively?
Yeah.
My dear boy, the power of the mind has no boundaries. Understanding its capabilities is like searching for the end of the universe. Or trying to find the beginning of time.
Thank you. Hey, sorry, Susan. Sorry, hi. I just want to say that I thought you were absolutely fantastic.
Thanks.
Come on, Sue, or we'll miss the bus.
Sorry, I've got to go.
No, will we hang on for 1 second? Sorry.
You go ahead. I'll catch up.
I'm not particularly good at this. I was wondering if maybe you wanted to, hook up or something after school sometime. I mean, it's completely fine if you don't. It was.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Or when?
They're running some Hitchcock classics at the Old Astra. I think tonight it's Strangers on a Train.
Oh, what time's that?
Or we're getting there about 7:30.
We?
Oh, well, if you prefer not to go with my friends,
No.
that's all right.
No, that'd be awesome. That'd be great.
So, I'll see you there then.
Yeah, you better.
Here goes the treble traitor to the king. Do you think you're still a virgin?
Fuck off.
Jack, thou lovest the wench. I've got something for you.
My name is Alex. Will you stay away from her, please?
I'm finished, sir. Can I go, please?
Headmaster?
No, he can wait until dinner is over.
But I meant to be... Please. Please.
Can I get a ticket, please?
Actually, Mark, sorry, I've got some more. Just thought of it. Thanks.
What's with the knife?
I don't know what we're talking about, Jack.
Will you stay out of my fucking room, please?
Have you read my book?
No, how about your fucking book?
You should.
Boys, members of staff, I have some very unfortunate news to report. Early this morning, Susan Muller, young lady from Sandsley College, who was working with us on our final year play, was found murdered not far from here. The police believe that this vile act took place while she was on her way home from rehearsal last night. So I'm afraid that all members of the cast and crew will remain behind after assembly, together with anyone who may have seen or spoken with Susan during the course of yesterday afternoon. That'll be all.
Raj, have you seen Nigel?
No.
Pay attention.
My name is Detective Inspector Mackenzie. I'd like to talk to all of you individually, please. So could you give your names to Constable Murray here? We're going to try and get through this as quickly as possible, but please be patient.
Did you see her?
Yes.
What time did you see her?
Around noon,
And where was she at that time?
passing by in the corridor.
Which corridor?
The west side.
And that was it?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alex Forbes.
Did you talk to Susan yesterday?
Yes.
What time?
I can't remember.
Try.
It was about 5. I was just packing up.
What did you talk about?
I thought that she was really good, so I told her that she was really good.
Really good?
Oh, in the play. She was really good in the plays.
What else?
And that was it.
That's it.
I think that was it.
That's weird.
I have here that you were due to meet her at about 7:30 at the Astra.
Because according to her friends, she kind of fancied you.
What do you think about that?
Well,
looks like you both missed the film.
Was that fun?
What'd you do with a knife?
I sense some hostility.
What do you reckon?
Let's just call it fingerprint insurance. I'm gonna be late. Do you think I should tell them? I mean, you were the last person to see her, Jack. That poor fair maiden. I can't believe what's happened.
You did it, didn't you?
Jack. You did it.
How could you do this? Fucking killed her.
Feels good to vent one's anger, doesn't it, Jack?
I don't want any part of this. Will you stop fucking calling me Jack?
Well, I'm sorry, Jack, but you were the one who got inside my head.
Well, get out of mine.
It's too late for that. It's too late for a lot of things. I mean, before we met, we were incapable of reaching our true potentials, but now, I know you feel it. It's so invigorating. We make such a wonderful team.
Inspector Mackenzie. I'd like a word with you.
You shouldn't be here, Dr. Forbes. If you want to discuss Alex's case, you'd come to my office.
I want you to release my son.
Sir, your son's been charged with murder.
My son is innocent. We might have expected you to take that for granted, Martin.
He's implicated in the deaths of Josh Campbell, Susan Muller, and Nigel Colby. I have a job to do.
Your father would have expected you to help us.
My father would have expected me to uphold the law. Don't presume to know me just because we belong to the same club. Good night, Dr. Forbes.
The car's locked in the garage, and we've searched the house.
Have they used their credit cards or bank accounts?
No, sir.
Right. Keep me informed.
Still no sign of Nigel's parents, huh? Was Nigel Colby a suspect in the Susan Muller killing?
We're investigating the death of Nigel Colby.
Yeah, but don't you think it's worth looking at in light of what's happening?
Already been down that road. No fingerprints. No murder weapon. No probable cause. End of story.
There's no proof of what you're telling me. And the evidence indicates you shot the head off the boy you're incriminating, so just what do you want anyone to believe?
Well, if it wasn't for me messing with Nigel's head, then both Susan and Josh would still be alive.
Don't think you'll get some kind of redemption by taking the blame for
Sorry, what
Nigel's
makes you
death.
think I want any kind of redemption?
I told you I didn't do it.
Alex, I want to believe you. But come on, look at the facts.
Facts.
I want to help you, but you've got to help me. Give me something to go on, something concrete, before it's too fucking late.
Find Nigel's red book.
The book Nigel gave you.
Yeah, his Bible.
And what would I expect to find in this Bible?
Most things.
Alex,
Last time I saw it was in my room.
your room was stripped.
I must have taken it.
Who might they be?
They who don't wish to have their secrets betrayed.
Oh, secrets. They, them, us, we. Listen to you. What are you talking about? You have no intention of telling me what really happened. I'm just wasting my time, aren't I?
Don't you think it's a little odd that your detective Mackenzie hasn't spoken to Nigel's parents yet?
How do you know he hasn't?
Have a look at the room underneath Nigel's house. Before anything else goes missing.
God. Oh, just get a grab. Fuck.
They were both embalmed. Quite an elaborate job, really. Whoever did this went to a lot of trouble. Blood drained, all the main organs removed, including the brain.
Like taxidermy?
That's a novel way to look at it, but I guess it's a similar procedure.
How did they die?
Both shotgun deaths.
Excuse me.
I don't know what you mean.
You should have been looking. Or didn't you want them found?
searching via normal channels? Or should I go around digging up vegetable patches every time someone goes missing?
Well, that depends on the circumstances, doesn't it?
And what the fuck were you doing down here?
Your dirty work. What's this?
What? It's nothing.
And I suppose this is nothing as well. Is there something you want to tell me?
Yes, I'm a member. My father was a member. It was passed on to me. It's a business network. And the last thing they need is to be connected to something like this.
They say they are connected.
Don't put fucking words in my mouth. There's no conspiracy here. The Order is about as insidious as the Lions Club. Alex Forbes is fucking with your mind, and you're letting him, and you're the psychologist.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at all the angles.
Look, Sal, I'm running out of time here. I really need to know if the charges I've laid are gonna stick. In your opinion, did Alex Forbes murder Nigel Colby?
So did you find the Bible?
You know who this is?
Hi, I'm sorry. Actually, you've got to go around to the front of the church and you'll see the entrance.
Jack, these are my parents. Ellen, John, this is my best friend, Jack. He's working on the play.
I've heard lots about you, Jack. It's lovely to meet you.
I'm sorry, I've actually got to head up with this to the stage, but, I hope you enjoy the play.
Nice to see you've made a friend so easily.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's performance of Lord Tennyson's play Becket. The presentation of this play has seen its own vicissitude, with the tragic death last month of Susan Mueller. As a gesture to her memory, her parents asked that the play should proceed. So we dedicate tonight's performance to the memory of Susan. Thank you.
So then our good Archbishop Theobald lies dying. I'm grieved to know as much, but we must have a mightier man than he. Have you thought of one? A cleric lately poisoned his own mother, and being brought before the courts of the church, they but degraded him. I hoped they whipped him. I would have hanged him. It's your
Damn it, Nigel.
And the more I read, the deeper I sank into the pages. It was all there. The slaughter of the Cathars, the Templars' assassination of Thomas Becket, and the Holy Inquisition resulting in the Templars' excommunication as heretics. It all made startling sense, like I'd just seen the other side of Escher's staircase. I'd woken up. Nigel believed that he was a direct descendant from the Templar bloodline. He was some fucked up individual. He thought that the medieval insignia of the Brotherhood foretold the power that our union would bring. The pike being the weapon harnessed by the interlinking loops. The two of us. When I was a child, my father used to stand me in front of that painting. He told me stories of courage and bravery, how my ancestors had fought to protect their free right. It was only then that I realized what Nigel believed. I was of the same Templar bloodline.
Alex, I want the truth. Did you do this?
Is that what you want to hear?
Alex, we've got people who can help you. You must let them.
The only thing that you care about is the Brotherhood, isn't it? Nigel said it and he was right. There's nothing more than puerile male bonding.
I know what's
Your
best for
friends
you.
must be shitting themselves. Oh, what are they going to do about their golf club now?
Listen, please. Look at me.
What was my mother like? Do you regret her sacrifice? Was that worth it?
Alex, your mother's death was not your fault.
No. No, no, no. You got her pregnant.
It's time.
Alex, all I ever wanted was the best for you. For the sake of your mother.
Well, that went well. Do you ever get the feeling you might be responsible for all this? Don't think I'll need that anymore.
You all right? Who's Mariclea, Alex?
She was the instrument of Nigel's obsession.
Jack. I knew you couldn't resist a secret rendezvous.
What do you want?
This way.
Mariclea was the lost love of a 13th century Templar. As the story goes, Mariclea was betrothed to a Knight Templar but died before they could wed. And the Knight was so tormented by his loss that he opened her grave and made love to her body.
Come on.
Exactly 9 months later, he was summoned to her grave. On opening her coffin, he found that her remains had been moved. Her head had been placed below her pelvis, sitting on top of her thigh bones, which had been crossed. Where the hell are we? A voice told him to guard the skull, as it would be the bringer of all power.
She's yours, Jack.
She was lying there. And he said since I was her only love, it was up to me to do the deed. And when I refused, he went on about letting down the bloodline, and that with the skull we would be complete. You didn't know Nigel. You didn't know him. Do you honestly think that you can help me?
Did you pull the trigger?
Now on Radio 6, it's time for the evening prayer with the Right Honourable William Tala. Good evening. An angel said unto Zachariah, your prayers have been heard. Your wife will bear you a son, and you are to give him the name John.
What
He will
is
before the
this?
Spirit and power of Elijah. Turn the hearts of the fathers.
Hey? Will someone tell me what's going on? Look at them. Look at them.
I don't know about these. I didn't do this.
Well, you can imagine my surprise when they handed these to me at the lodge. And then I come home and find this.
That is disgusting. He can't talk to you. Who's he supposed to talk to?
Talk! You call this talk?
What are you implying?
Who took the photos?
I've never seen them before. Oh. Nigel. Nigel.
They felt it would be best if I left for a while to get my family back on track. Well, sure, you know, I understand. I mean, we can't have this sort of thing happening in the master's own bedroom, can we? Can we? Can we?
I'm so very sorry.
Tell me why. Tell me why! Tell me! Tell me! Tell me!
The right. And the disobedience of the right.
God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Jack, you made him.
What have you done?
He's just chosen. Please, just put the gun down. Just give it to me.
Don't come near. No, don't come near me. Stay where you are.
Killing's such an extraordinary feeling, isn't it? I'll have my Mara Claire. How do you feel? Jack? How do you feel? Set the whole thing up, didn't you? Come on. We've got work to do. They're gone. I hated him. Don't you think they're going to be missed? Well, as long as I don't find her for 9 months, it doesn't really matter, does it? You didn't. No, you didn't. What do you think we're here for?
You're fucked.
You're absolutely fucked. And what about you and Susan?
I didn't do it.
Oh, come on. I left you with her. I could smell you on her. No. Did you touch her? I know you felt her.
No.
It doesn't make any difference now.
No.
You can have your Mariclea.
No.
I'll harvest what awaits me here. We will be united. It's fated.
It's over, Nigel.
It'll never be over. You know that.
Do it. Come on, do it.
Stop it, Jack.
Do it.
Stop walking away, Jack.
Do it!
Get off the track.
Do it!
I showed you the card, remember? It's written for eternity.
So you fun! We're not Templars with God-given rights. There are no holy wars to fight, Nigel. Who's the enemy now?
We are. Because we wanted more from life than it has to offer.
You're deluded.
Why? Why am I deluded? This is our fate.
And just shut the fuck up.
Pray for me.
What are you doing?
Pray for yourself. We're one now.
What follows through a system of either intimidation, manipulation, or coercion is the dominant individual begins to focus and influence the thoughts of the subordinate partner. This process nurtures a subjective gestalt where similar thoughts, fantasies, and other interlocking elements conspire to form a greater and more volatile whole, therefore, a merging of like minds. Thank you. Hello?
The head's missing.
Nigel got what he wanted.
What was that?
Eternity. Oh, you don't get it, do you? You will. You will.
A necessary means to an end. Evil little fucker.
You like history?